Hi guys, Anu here. Today we're looking at the private coaching session I had this morning, where we analyzed two replays in twos from a Champs 3 player who's been stuck there for the past couple seasons. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, I would just say to take as a default following, cheating on
Yeah,
the
I
kickoff,
mean, I usually
unless
do that.
unless you tell your teammate to send it right or left. Because
Yeah.
here you missed the boost. Because here you were lucky that he just gave it to you. But if it
Mhm.
went on the other side, you'd just not be ready for it.
Yeah.
Um, so you went for an energy ball here, which
Well,
it's well played. But I feel like you went for that because you had a bouncing ball instead of it being a good decision. If you see what I mean. Um,
yeah.
so essentially, for mechanics, they need to be answering a situation, right? Like here, you
Mhm.
had a lot of space, and a bouncing ball, so you went for it. But you're not even aligned with the with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
goal. Plus the other guy, like the snail guy, all he has to do for POV is just wait, because right now you're just wasting your boost. Unless you are very mechanical, where you could do a flip reset, change the direction, then do another flip reset, and bump him. Like if you can be very mechanical, you can utilize those situations better. If not, you have to start them with a good mechanic by default. So for example, here instead of going straight away for the edgeable, you can done a soft touch because you had space,
yeah. Mhm.
and then maybe you start the edgeable after. But when you are already aligned, or even just a bounce dribble would have beaten the first guy, and then you just have the ball. So the mechanic itself is not too bad, it was well played, um,
Yeah.
but it was a bit for nothing. So you have again the possession. That's good. I do like the fact that you're keeping possession. See, even just that was actually perfect. Well played. See, you didn't need any crazy mechanics. You had a dribble that was not really a dribble, but it was a very simple dribble. But
Yeah.
you did a 50, and then you went for a demo. That was very good. Able to... Oh, unfortunate. Uh,
Yeah, I think I should have jumped there.
yeah. I was maybe looking at the... It was more the angle you took to make your flip that was then off. Because I think if you took a bit of a narrow, a more narrow angle, you'd have been able
Mhm.
to get that boost. You still have to be wary of the demo, by the way. Um,
Yeah.
Honestly, it happens. It's kind of whatever. The kick off. Team is gonna go. So here, so your team is gonna go. I would say to not go too much forward, right? Because it doesn't
Mhm.
seem like he's gonna get it, right?
Yeah.
So I would say to just try to wait for this, right? Because it might be yours. If your teammate cannot go, what is gonna happen is he's gonna turn back, and then
Mhm.
it will be yours. So just you wanna be a bit further to be ready for everything, because I do think there was maybe a way for you to to get this. It's not gonna be too bad, but in the end, you see how that turn makes you awkward,
Yeah. Yeah.
which then force you to make that sort of touch. Mm, yeah, I see what you wanted to do. But I feel because you made an awkward touch that gave the ball away, you wanted to kind of fix your mistake. I don't know if I'm correct. Which
I mean,
I feel you tried to go for this because well you just messed up, so you would try to fix something to create something. But I do think you should have gave up actually. The reason why is actually pretty simple. Like from this moment onwards, it's not your ball anymore, right? He have
yeah.
it. If he makes a good flip, like even if you're supersonic, you won't be able to get it. This guy will probably beat it to you. And look at your teammate. Well, first of all, he doesn't have boost because I don't know. He's just wasting his boost, but he does have a better angle to attack, right?
Yeah, he
So
does.
so
Yeah.
it's a bit the basic rotations, but usually we want to rotate out of the play alongside the middle, right? So if here you did
Mhm.
something like this, right? Your teammate can then go, and then you will be able to follow. If he mess up, you can always go behind.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I won't say it's ball chasing because your teammate is still gonna respect you. But you see how even if you were able to beat them, what do you do there,
I
right?
mean, I just wanted to get a bump off, like distort them to just maybe make them awkward or something. That was the whole plan behind it.
I see, but would you agree that it's a bit risky?
Yeah, it is.
Because now, first of all, even if you got the bump, you just like get one of them.
Yeah.
Let's just think of it this way: if you rotate out here,
Mm-hmm.
you will be together defending. Your teammate and you will be defending, right?
Yeah.
Your teammate will try to go, you take some boost, and so that now we have 2 layers of defense. If you go here, best case scenario, you're able to get the bump or the demo, and now, well, you leave your teammate in a 1v1, which
Yeah.
you know you're just solo queuing, so it's like it's kind of like up to you if you want to really do that. I would say to avoid doing that. Like it's better if you can defend together than letting your teammate in a 1v1, because if he mess up, then it is kind of your fault. Like even if he messed up, like you are the one who let him in a 1v1.
Yeah.
So like that's the best scenario if you're able to get the bump. If not, well now like I don't think they will see it, but they are. Yeah, I don't know why this guy this guy is leaving. But if you turn on the other side, it's prefer you scare them enough to give them the ball. So it's not bad what you did. But if they played a bit better, they would have at least a 1v1 or perhaps a 2v2, 2v1 because you're like out of the play for quite a long time.
Yeah.
In the end, they do get the 1v1. It's kind of unfortunate that your teammate didn't rush for this because what you did was good because you were able to force them to give the ball away. But I think your teammate didn't have boost, which is why he didn't challenge there. But like as you can see, like this is dangerous, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
You should have went in. Plus you messed up with your flip, but that is fine. All right, so you have. Oh, it's a bit unfortunate. I think here.
I heard someone boosting behind me. That's why I shot it there.
I see. I think so. Decision making is not too bad. I think just you could have waited a bit more. Well, not really waited, but see if you tap the ball here. You see how it gives you more options
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
the ball is like the ball is facing the goal. I feel like you did that tap, and then for all of this you tried to chase it back. See what I mean? And then you had to shoot it because someone was coming. But what if you were able to control it from here? And when I say control it, I don't mean necessarily like dribble it. But if you're able to do like a touch more to the left, right? Then the ball is here. You can first of all you would be a bit further than this guy, but you would also be able to perhaps do more, right? Do a bounce dribble after the shot, or even like go for the dribble after the bounce, right? So I feel like here, like yes, you did the good shot because like he was coming, but you were also kind of forced to do a shot, right?
Yeah.
So you're just limiting your options. It's not gonna be too bad, but it does seem to me like you are a player that like I don't know if you plays once.
Not at all. But people told me that I have good once rotation.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel like you have sort of like once gameplay where if you have the ball, you try to make as much of it, like with what you can, right? Always try to control. Well, sometimes you do give the ball a bit, but there is like I feel like you're kind of good with your mechanics when you're like on your own, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something you can like utilize. Here you're a bit too close. It's gonna be okay. Should be fine. Good save. Very good play. Take the boost. Gonna go back. Okay, so
Yeah, that's a very weird turn.
yeah. What was your goal here? Because I thought you wanted to demo at first.
And I don't even know.
Then I thought that you wanted to like save your teammate. I feel like you didn't trust your teammate to go, which is why you.
I saw that he had no boost.
Fair enough. But can you really do something with this ball? Like, even if you touch it.
Maybe soft touch it back. To be honest.
Yeah, you can probably like get it back to your like half, right? Your corner, you take some boost, etc. But you're going full speed to it, so you'd have to really be able to do a very good soft touch. Now, what I would have advised you here was to actually just go for the bump, because you see how the guy that jumped here, is he gonna be able to get like a good touch?
No, not really.
Not
and
really.
If my teammate waited, he most likely would have had control over the ball.
Worst case scenario, he gets a good touch, right? Your teammate is still gonna go for that, right? He takes a pad or two, he goes for that. Essentially, I think of it this way: your teammate is awkward, so he might get beat. So your goal is to rotate out, and you have a very good demo that is like they're just like waiting for you, right? Because it's not out of your rotation. You do take this demo. If your teammate is able to beat him, then well, perfect. Like you guys have an open net. Because essentially what you did was like you removed the player from the field, right? So you could like just turn after, and if it goes badly, well, you are already going towards like towards like your net. Or you're
Yeah.
going back. So it should be fine, right? Here, going straight to the middle. First of all, it is, as I said, like it's not really useful, but it might also be harmful for your teammate. I don't know how it's called. If he just see you, and see like well, I don't know. He was maybe gonna miss. Anyways, yeah. I was gonna say maybe like he saw you coming and he got scared, but I think he was just missing. Anyways, well played. Unfortunately, you got demoed. Could you have challenged at a different time? I mean, you could have challenged a bit earlier, but
Yeah.
the fake challenge
Yeah,
was still
still.
good because like he didn't have possession really.
Yeah.
It was like it was not badly played. You still like fake challenged him, but he was able to. Oh, double demo. Good save. Well played. Yeah, score out of this. Oh, your teammate is. It was not badly played.
There I saw that he was close, and then
Yeah.
like once just kicked in, and then I was like thinking shoot on net and maybe get
No, that was
possession, but the
good.
ball like
That was
bounced.
perfect. I was wondering like if you could have done a bit more, but you didn't have that much boost. So honestly, what you did was perfectly fine. Also the fact that you were able like to shoot like I'm pretty sure like you wanted to shoot on target, maybe, but like the fact that you shot like beside made him jump. The other guy made like he also made the other guy panic. So honestly, it was well played. Unfortunate for the demo, still get it. Woo. Yeah. It's a bit rough. you guys are gonna score out of that. The thing is, your decision making was not bad. The problem is, because you didn't succeed, I think your teammate wanted to get like that opportunity. Like you still like were able to disturb the play. He messed up, but then you were also there, and in the end you got bumped. Honestly, the only improvement I could have said was really if you were able to bump that guy in the first place.
Wait.
Well-
But what if I just would have driven back
Well, that
like,
could you'd have
after I
been
felt a bump?
you would have been in a 2v1, but that would not have been too bad either. I think first of all, one of the first mistakes is here.
Jumping into the corner.
Instead of flipping, you see, like you flipped, you committed to a touch.
Yeah.
Why? First of all, we just left the kickoff, so your teammate is not gonna be ready.
Yeah.
Right, like essentially after the kickoff, you can think of it this way: you have a 1v1. That's essentially it. You are in like this guy corner, right? So see, he's not gonna go.
Yeah.
So if you just do a small touch, like without flipping, heck, if you want to be a bit more mechanical, you could like flip into the wall after, so like you're able to land, like more properly. So like that could have been something you want to do. I also think that you see your decision making on when to go for a bump. I think it arrived after you land. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I feel like it should have been, if you really want to be like effective, it should have been like here. See? Now, oh my god, it is bad. First of all, you could have also, this is like a bit of optimization, but I think it's important. Instead of like jumping like this, if you jump more straight, more like downwards, it is faster to get the wave dash. First of all, and if your goal was to demo from the wall, you would, by default, you would like orient your car towards this guy, right? So I think like like the reason why you messed up the demo was because you kind of thought of it like after, right? I think like here because you still had a chance if you went for this guy instead of this guy. I mean, I don't think you went for this guy. He just arrived there. But if you still consider that he was your main target, could have worked. And to be fair, yes, here you are right. If you went all the way back, well, not all the way back, but if you went back at least, take some pads, you would not have been in a bad spot. Because like, see how here you just wanna 50. Yeah. But first of all, well, your 50 is gonna be a bit dangerous because this guy is long gone. But even if you get it, like it might go there. or you might just get beat. See, like, what is your flip here? Yeah, I think you had to do like a more like side flip, right? If you're able to get your car, you know, like this, right? And then you side flip, you have a bigger hitbox to block the ball, right?
Yeah.
Here you can see that you try to like do that turn, and like if you also do like this, you know that you're gonna send it here, or like here. Anyways, like that, you cannot like go past you, right? I feel like here 50 was a bit dangerous, but yeah, it's like you had the time to go back. Either I think you're like maybe a bit panicky, but it is fine. There was a couple of improvement there, but I don't dislike the main idea though. Like the bump was a good thing. Just like I feel like we're rushed for the first touch, for the bump. After your teammate went, you also rushed, right? Because like, oh my god, he missed. I have to like block him, right? But you didn't think of how to block him. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Not too bad. Be careful to be like lined up whenever you want to flip. It was not too bad, but nice. Good beat. It's a bit. I was gonna say I thought you were gonna do like a cut.
Yeah, I wanted to.
But they didn't have much boost. Yeah. I'm trying to see like what you could have done. If you can't really play with your teammate, I think here you could have maybe like jumped and then wave dash to conserve some boost, and then you might have been able to do more. You know, your first dash was not too bad, like not super great either. Well, it's kind of whatever. Like as you can see, like your teammate was not really ready to go for a follow up.
Yeah.
So you couldn't really like use him. You were already in an awkward spot. So I think trying to gain time would have been maybe the best solution there. Oh my god, you guys are kind of lucky. Right click control, good dribble. Not too bad, you're able to take the boost. I don't know where you're going. Because you see, here your teammate is challenging. Ideally, right, you would want to be ready to take the follow-up in case he mess up, right? Here, it doesn't seem like he's gonna mess up, but if there is an interaction, you would want to be like, maybe like here, right? Obviously, you cannot be here, but you would want to at least approach that. I feel like you went like all the way on the blackboard, which was like even like if you were able to take this, right? And it was maybe possible. I feel like you kind of overextended. Think of it this way. How your decision making needs to be was, so here, first of all, you could have flipped earlier when you saw him. You didn't. That's fine. Can you get this ball?
Can't.
Even if you're able to touch it, you cannot do much, right? So right now, what you need to think of is, first of all, rotate out, boost. Here you have the boost, so you don't have really to make your decision making based on that. So you need to rotate out, and if you're able to disturb the play, you want to disturb the play. And there is a guy that seems very awkward. So yeah, if you turn like left, right? You turn left, you bump him, you know?
Yeah.
You bump him, then you leave. See, you would arrive like maybe you'd be like saying like those kind of paths. You're like maybe like here or here. And see, if he mess up, you're able like to cut into it. If not, well, first of all, this guy is not there, so he might have done something different to be able to score. If not, you would be able to turn around. This guy would not get the ball. You would have like a free ball essentially.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like you need to think of not only like my action, but also what I can do in between the actions. Like extending your play. This is a bit what I meant by I feel like sometimes you like drive by mechanics. You saw a ball up, I go. Well, like when your teammate was able to save you. But like, does it seem like this guy is gonna go?
Not really.
Not really. Do you know if your teammate is gonna go? Your teammate,
Also cannot.
your teammate could have if you weren't like in front of him, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't really know that, but if you saw him just go for it, you would have been able to know that. I feel like you were just like, because if you think about this, you kind of made an action, right? Here you made an action. Your teammate is probably ready for this, right? He's gonna be ready for this. So you can try to guess that he might go for that, and so you could check if he has a better angle. If you do check with like your camera, then all you have to do is like just make the decision swiftly to go back. You don't have to go back. It's just like so that he's able to see you and take the information. Like, okay, it's mine, right? That's how you want to communicate in solo queue, by like taking like clear actions. If you wanted to go for this, which I don't mind necessarily either, you just have to take your time, because right now Snail is not going, right? Think of it this way: if you just wait, one of them has to rush you, right?
Yeah.
You're baiting them in a way. And if you bait one, like if the Snail guy turns, then you go up. You beat him easily, right? Well, here if you go, even if you're able to get like a very good aerial, you're not beating anyone, because both of them are going back, so you still have to beat two of them. So think of it this way: this ball is not contested by them, so like you have the time to like you have the time to do whatever you want with the ball until they contest it. Stanley is awkward. He's last back, so he's careful. The other guy is taking some boost, so you did have the time to apply yourself a bit more. Because here you went for a ball that was very hard. It didn't really work out, and in the end, the teammate wasn't like. You should have jumped for that. Because he gave you the ball, and he's also backward. But you should have jumped for that. Obviously, the way you want to touch the ball is a soft touch, right? You don't want to slam the ball away because your teammate is not in place. To be fair, if you don't feel confident in going for this, it is also fine. The reason why is because your teammate is not behind you. But I do think that you should have jumped for this, because like he just gave you the ball, right? And then you're gonna try to control it. Oh my god, that's a sad way to get scored on.
Yeah.
Because I can see what you try to do, right? I'm gonna control it. One touch. Okay, I turn. Yeah, it's a bit too slow. Because again, you're giving them time to, regroup, like reposition, and then attack you.
Yeah.
So really, that touch here was very, like, important. Driver, like, you don't have to flip into the ball, right? Just fly, you touch it, you land on the wall or like around there, and then you're able to do the 50. Perfect, right? Your team has the time to start going back. You do a 50, you like engage with one, and see, you go from there. To be fair, you could also have done a better control here. But I do think if you try to do a better control, Snake would have been able to demo you or like bump you if you took more of your time. The way you can think of it is, if the enemies are awkward, if I take my time, well, you leave them chance to like be less awkward.
Yeah.
Good boost heal. I don't dislike the idea, but I don't like how you missed him. Like, he was not moving. Yeah, I don't know. Good touch though. Well played. Yeah, so I don't mind you just making in there, but like, yeah, I don't know why you missed the demo. I think you were like maybe boosting a lot. If you really want to make sure that you have a bump or a demo, it might sound a bit counterintuitive, but if you slow down a bit before, you're sure, like, you increase your chance of getting it, right? Because then you can always, like, if you align properly, you can always boost more. Even if you bump him, you can like re-bump him after. You could have taken that boost and just go after. In the end, like, you had like a very good recovery with how you touched the ball for your teammate. Still not too bad. Good challenge. Yeah. It was well played. But how can your teammate know if you're gonna miss or not? If you were in threes and you have someone that, someone was in the middle and someone who was behind, why not? Would make sense. But right now, if I'm this guy, right, and I see you, I see this ball, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be mine, and I see you do this. How can I know that you're gonna miss or succeed? Because it's two positions that are very different. If you mess up, well, I have to be where I am right now. If you succeed, I have to be to the left, but like quite far. So I could like even be in between. So your idea was not bad. Like, well played, good touch. But it's hard to read. So sometimes we want to like be simple instead of like really, really hard to read for your team, especially in solo queue. One of the other things that you could have thought also was here I do a challenge, right?
Yeah.
But I am the P1. I challenge my P2, the second man. He's ready to take whatever happens from this, right?
Yeah.
So I should expect him to be ready for this. So here, like as you're like doing a free fall, try to use your camera to look to the right. Right? Where is he? In fact, I do think we see him. Well, we see a bit of his name tag. So yes, he would have been ready for this, right?
Yeah.
So just gonna show you what you could have done maybe. If you saw that he was ready, quick look with your cam. Okay, he's gonna take the follow up. You boost a little bit to land faster, right? And then you go for a demo. Because you just beat one guy. So now you have essentially a 2v1, right? If you see that he's ready, that's perfect. And then it's pretty much open. So that's how you can like transform like a situation in which, you try to do a lot on the ball, but you could have also done a lot outside of the ball. And that would have been even better. Too early. Too early. You saw a ball, you jumped. Again, okay, so you have a ball that is up. Okay, cool. Is someone going for that? Is someone ready to go for that? No, there's this guy that's gonna go to the backboard.
Where some walnut is ready, I guess.
Yeah.
Because he's going up the wall.
So like you just jumped, you lost your boost, you lost like good positioning, you lost your wife, your kids, everything was lost here. No, it was not too bad because in the end, like he was not able to control the ball. See, so now it goes back to your teammate. But that was a very greedy challenge. Well played. I was wondering if you still wanted to go for this. But no, it was. I feel like you were trusting a bit too much your teammate here. Because again, that would have been kind of hard to read, right? If I saw my teammate do that, I would just expect him to go for that because, well, he's in front and I don't want to like risk it. I think that's not going to be too bad. Oof, almost. Good save. Got double commit, but it is fine. Nice. Good block. I feel like, you hear that flip was a bit chasey. Once more, same situation as earlier, right? You just did something, your team is probably going to be ready for that. So, you want to go back, especially since you don't have boost, right? Because if you wanted to go for that middle boost, like it is going to be taken, right? He's beating you to that. And now see you, well, first of all, that boost was also taken. So every flip you're doing towards a boost is already taken. And now see you are in an awkward spot, no boost. Thankfully your team is going to be able to do something. But once more, like if you just went earlier here, you'd be able to take like a couple of pads, like maybe like 1, 2, if you go like here, if you have time to go for the big boost, you can. Otherwise, you just take a couple of pads. You might be able to like rush that early to make it easier for your teammate, right? If you like rush early, you're able like to, 58 to the corner, then he's able to turn and go for that. But essentially, you'd have been defending together instead of like just one of you defending. You won't have the boost anymore. Why drop here?
I saw him turning.
Who?
Like, walnut. He was very lightly turning.
Yeah, but he's
like,
far.
Right here. Yeah. Yes.
So it's like you got faked by someone who's very far.
Pretty much, yeah.
What you need to think of is if you jump early or later, it doesn't change as much as you think. Because if you jump later, the ball gravity is gonna like pull it down.
Yeah.
So you're still gonna get it, right? Worst case scenario, he turns. You do a 50. You still are closer to the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do a 50, and like that's perfect, right? Because if you do a 50, you engage the other player. So essentially, you remove a player from the field, and then like your team is gonna go take the ball, and the other guy is also gonna take the ball, and they will have a sort of 1v1. Or you can even just like beat him straight to the 50, right? You 50 to the right, you're able to go to the right, you take the boost, and then you have a solo play, for example.
Yeah.
But here you're jumping for something that is not existing in a way, right? Like, you did yes, you see, you did like a flip reset, cool. And all it had to do was just wait for you. Um, Once more, you go for a big boost that doesn't exist. I really think they should try to like take more pads, right? Pads should be your default, and you take a big boost if you have the time to, right? To see how here you can also like take some more pads. Good demo. Well played. This was very nice. Take this boost. A bit risky, but it's gonna be fine. Good beat here. Kill time. Very good block. Nice, well played, well played. That was a very good like section where you guys played well. Kick off. Yeah, just be careful with those back boost grab. Like yes, you beat him. But did this does this ball give you an advantage to your team or to like to their team?
Their team.
Yeah.
Really.
So it's a bit dangerous to go for that like that back boost. What I would recommend you is to like if you have such like this, go for the middle boost because then it offers you the chance of going forward or back if needed. Because like it's like whether you win a challenge or not is not really depending on if you like if the ball go past them. It's really just if it gives like your advantage, like your team an advantage essentially. So here it could have been a bit dangerous, right? But it was the first good game. For me, the first game that we saw, as you said, it was a bit like rushed. I think you still like played well. I like the fact that you try to extend your actions whenever. I think one of the mistakes maybe that you like, not as big, but sometimes you went for the big boost when you should not have, or like you're not, like when you are lost into the play, you either you either do two things. You either try to extend as much as possible, which sometimes is good, right? You're able to get demos, etc. Or sometimes you try to like stay into the play, but you should just go back actually, right? And try to like do something else rather than stay around the ball. Plus the fact that you are rushing a bit too much. I feel like you seem like that you are pretty mechanical, so I do think that you could be able to do more if you took more of your time, especially since people give you the time, right? Sometimes you give a bit of free ball. Sometimes you just jump for things that makes it more awkward. Because then you have to have better mechanics at what you can do to be able to correct yourself, if that makes sense. So we shall see if you if that's if that's that also happens here. All right. You kick off. You see a teammate not gonna go. That is fine. Good try. A bit of a dangerous. So do you think you could have scored it here?
Yes. If I maybe would have taken a little bit more time.
Then you should have taken a bit more of your time, especially as you had the time, right?
Yeah.
Think of it this way: if you take your time, you have more chance of of scoring because you can apply yourself more. Worst case scenario, you do a 50, then you have a 1v1 between your teammate and the other guy. Not too bad either. Right now it's a bit dangerous right now because you see it's a 2v1. If they know how to play, if the enemies are good, you get scored on right now. Which I don't think is going to be the case. So just be careful here. So whenever you go back, try to get some pads, right? A line of pad, whatever it is, just get some pads. Plus, your acceleration here is not good. So first of all, here you could have gotten like supersonic. Well, you kind of do because of your zap dash, but you didn't have to do a zap dash, by the way. Here, wave dash, boost it a little bit, front flip, you are supersonic, or like side or like diagonal, or like speed flip, you would be supersonic right after this flip. Then see you're supersonic, you redo a flip for some reason, and like yes, you arrive on time, but you don't have any boost. So really, whenever you go back, try to like take a line of pads, which you will go over, right? Plus, here you could have tried to demo the other guy. Do you know why?
So that it is a 1v1 again, or even a 2v1 for us.
Well, do
on defense.
can you influence whatever your teammate is gonna do with the other guy, right? Like the challenge that is happening here.
I can't.
Nope. Whatever's gonna happen here, it's either gonna be for your teammate advantage, like he gets the ball after, or the ball goes to the middle. If you remove the guy
Yep.
from the middle, there is no more threat, right? So essentially, you wanna play the next move, right? You cannot influence this play, so you wanna influence the play where you can demo this guy. In the end, like he already left because he probably like saw that his teammate was not gonna get a good touch. But you know, if you demoed him, right, your teammate get beat, you have a free ball. If now your teammate beats him, now you have a 2v1.
Yep.
So I feel like see here, like you just rushed for. I'm not gonna say nothing, but plus why here? See, I feel like you're very panicky right now. See, can you do something here? Your team is already there. So what is the point of flipping into the play? All you're doing here is putting yourself at risk because now you are covering the same spot as your teammate.
Yeah.
Go take some boost, right? Like because you have the time to go take some boost. See, now you rotate out. It's a bit awkward. Still a bit awkward. It's gonna be fine. Here you missed a pad. So finally we have a situation that is Korean and you do score. So well played. Like good positioning here. But all this defensive like sequence was very messed up the flip here, but it's fine. Was very risky. As you challenge him because you have someone behind you. That's good. Other than with my action, what do I do?
Leave.
Yeah, unless you can you can go, but here pointless, right? So look at the boost, like take a line of boost, right? And then you just rotate back behind your teammate. Right now I feel like you went for that middle. See all of this time where you were just watching the play. When you could have instead of being here and just for like a boost that doesn't even exist, you could have been like here. You could have flipped here already, take this boost, and then see you go here, and then see you will be ready for this. In the end, you took this boost, so it's gonna be fine because he does take your time. Your team doesn't rush, so it's not bad. But if the play was a bit faster, you would have been late.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a bit unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I see. One of you had to rush here.
Yeah.
Ideally, it should have been your teammate. In a good worst scenario, it should have been him. He goes, but he decided to not go earlier. So right now you need to change how you like the order. Right now you will be the first one to go, and now your teammate is gonna be behind you. Take the follow up, because you see he went whenever it was. I mean, yeah, absolutely pointless, right? Which lets you do like in this situation. Perhaps you could have read that it was not even gonna go in, maybe. But I don't understand why you jumped still. Another thing you could have done was perhaps if you made your intention clear to go to the backboard, your teammate can then go under. But not really a good situation though. I really think that we should have like rushed early so that your teammate is able to, like see if he instead of going back, you decide to cut like this. See?
Yeah.
Push him, and then your teammate goes for that. Essentially, again, we want to defend together. So as long as it is clear who goes, and if you see that your teammate doesn't go, it might be because he's waiting for the last moment, but in that case, it was not the case, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I think the only way you could have said that was if one of you rushed early, because even if you mess up, if you're able to force the flip reset, you're able to help your teammate. Here you flipped into the ball for not really any reason. See, worst case scenario, you did a 50, right? If you want to control the ball, he comes, you do a 50. That's always better than just giving the ball away, and now you don't have the ball anymore. What's more? I don't know. Do you see how it seems to me like your demos are too late? Like you think of them too late.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do a demo, commit to it, right? Here, I don't have this ball anymore. The other guy, you just like target him. you switch the ball cam to to your car cam, and you just destroy him, like annihilate
Yeah.
him. Because right now I feel like it's just like I'm going around there and maybe I'll bump you, maybe not. So see, he still jumped, but towards the bit points. Another thing here is rotation. Like this is a bit awkward. Like it's gonna be fine though, because both of you are good players. You're able to, figure that situation out. But if here you just bumped him, you could have went more to the middle then. See, your teammate is now like the first man. Doesn't have boost anyways, but he would try to be forcing him, and you take the follow up, or it could have been the opposite, right? You then jump, then he's gonna be back. So like the order is not as bad, right? At lower levels, we want to have like a very good order, like you go first and then I go next. Here is just whatever helps your team more. So whoever goes for this, I don't really like. It's fine, right? Because you won't be cutting each other, as both of you are not ball chasing. You just need one of you to help, right? In the end, it's gonna be fine because your teammate goes, he's able to do whatever, and then you're able to take the follow up. So it's not bad. Just that it was a bit risky to rotate on the same side of the ball. Essentially, you probably heard about people saying to not rotate on the same side of the ball or of the play.
Yeah.
And you probably saw pro players doing that. So it's like, well, should I or should I not? You want to do that if you have a reason to do it. Stealing the boost, bumping someone, or if you want to put some pressure, right? As if like you're shadowing, you try to gain some time for your teammate. Here, I do think that you just went that you went there by reflex, kind of, right? The teammate was already there. You still went there. You both chased to like the boost. Like in the end, it's gonna be fine. But you could have not been fine. Okay, not too bad. I feel like he lost kind of control, which then you had to go for the flip reset, which is not a good thing. Like well played, to so that you were able to adapt. So well played, but you should have been able to keep control of the eligible, because your team did a very good job. Like he went to a demo. Well, I think he bumped him, but no, he disturbed the play, which gave you a free goal. But whenever you have those type of plays, you still want to be doing something threatening. See what I mean?
Yeah.
So that in case your teammate is not able to get the proper demo, a bubble that is not as good, like it just makes him jump, but the other guy still can save it. You're still able to shoot it properly. They do a fake. You can cut it. Nice. He bumped him. Okay, a bit far here. Should be fine. So here it was your opening. It's a bit risky, I'll admit, but you're already in a bad spot because you were very far, right?
Yeah.
There was maybe a way for you if you didn't flip here, right? I'm gonna show you. I think this is like a bug of boost. You don't have anything. You could have went here. See, 1 pad, 2 pad, 3 pad. You can take the middle boost if you think you have the time. If not, just staying here is fine because then you're able to take the flip. Do you see how you could have stayed close to the play and then keep the pressure up? You decide to go all the way back for the big boost, which now you have boost, yes, but now you have a lot of space. And the higher you go, the more space you leave, the worse it's going to be, because they will be able to utilize that space to make something threatening. So here, the first mistake was the fact that you didn't stay close to the play, right? After you done your action, think of it this way. Whenever we say like you done an action, you want to go back, it's back behind your teammate or behind the play, not necessarily back, right, to like your goal. So here, just stay closer, right? That's pretty much all I'm asking, because if you did that, this ball is pretty much free. Now that you are far, what do you do?
I mean, like fake challenge.
But it seems like it worked. We can't really go that close. It's gonna be dangerous. So he messed up. This is your moment.
Yeah.
If you wait anymore, you have a 2v1, and he might have control of it. It might not work. He might beat you, but you have more chance by rushing, because you're able to block him. Right now, you just see like down the other guy shot it, and now you won't be ready at all because you let them play.
Yeah.
So yeah, you really have to rush. The other guy jumped. Yeah, so you you want to be careful with those, you know, with those, because essentially think of it this way: you are the P2 right now. You're the second man. Your teammate is not there.
Yeah.
If you mess up, it is almost over. So yeah, he did beat you here. Take the boost, you go back. See, if you went more to the middle, you know, you would have avoided this scenario, which is a bit awkward. You can go
Yeah.
for a bump. I'm not gonna get it. Did you jump for? What did you do? I see. I see. I think you should have just driven. Because you tried to guess that he was gonna jump. But if you just drive, he either jumps or he get demoed, right?
Mm.
So in the end, it's like you're still able to like make him awkward. What I said earlier was even like if you stop earlier, if he jumps, then you bump him, right? By like slowing
Yeah.
down a bit. Here I feel like he went for like an all-in bump, which was not the greatest. So see, this is what I was talking about. See, when you are in an awkward spot, you try to extend overly. And like, what do you want to do here? You have 0 boost. Even if you touched it, you just go to them, which is like not a bad thing because you prevent them from playing. So it's like not badly played, but it feels like you could have done more if you just
Yeah.
did a better rotation. If you took a couple pads, even right. I don't mind if you did like that extension. If you just was able to take a couple of pads, just like that one, right? You'd have been able to do that. Heck, even if it was a bit smarter. For example, here, instead of going for the ball, why not go for the bump? See?
Yeah.
You go for a bump. Your team has a free ball. You go take that boost. You try to bump the other guy. You just become a passing option. I feel like you just kind of like you think about the ball too much sometimes. Just like, oh my god, I'm awkward. I have to touch the ball somehow to not let them. Which is not a bad line of thinking. It's really about how you do that. Once more here, I would say like to take a bit wider. What happens if you take a bit wider, right? You take this pad. Okay, first of all, you can bump this guy. No. First of all, like whenever you think about rotations like this, you know, your teammate is gonna go like that. You're gonna go like this, right? Most often than not, there's someone in the middle that you could bump, right? So you do want to take that information. It's kind of similar to like the previous action I was talking about. You cannot influence anything over like this challenge here, right?
Yeah.
Whatever they do, it's up to them. But you can prepare for the next play. So I do advise you to like look at for those demos because they are in your line of rotation, right? Because basically what you're gonna do is like something like this. You can extend a bit like this, right? And the reason why I say to take a bit wider is essentially here. See, when you arrive here, you have to do like either a very sharp turn or a turn on the opposite side to get back into the play, right? It's not
Yeah.
gonna be too bad, but what if he messed up, right? What if your teammate got beat? You're here. What do you do here?
Yeah.
Well, you have to turn around. If you turn around and this guy is ready, you get beat. If you start to turn on this side, he just pass it. You're very awkward. Like usually, like in this situation, you would want to be back post because then you can defend the pass and the shot directly. Being back post is not really what is important. It's really having that angle. Having a wider angle is often better. If you have the time to take it, right? And I think here you had the time. So it might be because sometimes you're panicking, then you're going back like straight like this, right? What is your objective here? I'm pretty sure we saw your teammate to the right. Yes, we still did see him. So in the end, you see, that's what I meant. You have a ball, you're going straight at it. If you touch the ball here, you're gonna give it to the opponents, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing much you can do here, especially since your teammate has a very good angle. You know, you don't have much boost though, but you have a better angle. I see, like now this ball is better because you have the angle to do something. So I do feel like there is a lot of panic here. So whenever you are rotating like this, was it on the opposite side of the play, right? True midfield. So like here, I just wanted you to turn. Most often than not, you're able to get a bump. It's also clear for your teammate. clear for your teammate because he see you going out of the play, so he knows it's his turn. You can get a bump. You can get pads as well, right? There's a lot of pads in the middle. You know, you only need like about 20 pads, like 20 boosts to save any shots, right? It's like two pads.
Yeah.
So yeah, like here, it's really you're ball chasing right now. It's as simple as that. Here, the gravity was a bit meh. See here, I just want you to take the information because yes, there is this guy, but you try to do like this shot. When I do think that you could have done a bit more. Perhaps, for example, if you hit the ball, it might be because you're flip though, because you are like this. But if you're able to hit the ball like to the wall, right? You're able to do like a self pass, right? Or even like a pass to your teammate, and then you go down with the other guy. Here you kind of gave possession. I do think it's because of your initial flip. Could have taken that mid boost. Especially like this boost didn't exist. Try to guess a bit too much. Good pass here. Not too bad. If you touch the ball, what does happen?
Nothing.
Nothing. At best case scenario, your teammate might be able to get the follow up.
Yeah.
But first of all, that is if you're able to touch the ball, which is not gonna happen. That is if the enemies don't see through you, because they see you jump from like so far away, they're just gonna be ready for that. And that is if your teammates trust you to take the follow up. Very risky. Think of it this way: if you do a challenge, you want to have a purpose, and your purpose should not be to touch the ball only, right? It should be to beat someone. Right now, even if you touch it, you don't. It's pointless, right? So like, see, you mess up. Even if you touch the ball, do you beat someone? No, you just give the ball away. Teammate's gonna be able to get it. Here you're going super far again. See, now this ball maybe you could have gotten it, right? Maybe, or you could have put some pressure on it. But it's the same scenario where you are not gonna be ready for it because it's too far. Instead of flipping instantly like this, see, if you took the boost in the middle, if you stayed in the play, right, take a pad, a 2 pad, see, maybe you're able to do a 50 here. 50 to the right, teammate is there, he might turn.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be thinking, a good line of thinking is, whenever there's gonna be a challenge, right, between my teammate and the opponent, who is the first after like the challenge?
Yeah.
If you look at pro players play, you see that they often follow very closely, right? That way they are able to be the next one to the play. So right now, maybe you could have done something because you see, like here he doesn't have control of the ball until like this moment, right? So there was maybe a line like where if you're like closer, you could have perhaps done something. Heck, even a fake challenge, right? Not bad. Right now, you're forced to defend from far away. In the end, you're gonna do a fake challenge because you're kind of forced to do that because you are the second man. It's a bit risky. It makes sense that both of you went because it's risky. Got good. See how it goes. Now this is yours. So whenever you have 0 boost, I think I saw what you wanted to do. Like you want to make a pass, but the pass is not gonna work because the guy is ready, right?
Yeah.
If there's someone that can intercept the pass, it's a bad option. So here, what you should have done here was just a 50. If you have 0 boost, do a 50. Because if you do your 50 very well, it almost doesn't matter if he has boost. If the opponent has boost, like it's kind of like the fairest thing, right? Because if you do a very good block, he cannot go past you. So yeah, if you did a good 50 here, you could involve the player, which is like actually the last player. And if the guy didn't want to challenge you because he was like scared, your team could have maybe demoed him, and then you take a pad or 2 and then you shoot. If the guy is not like there. What's more here, you're going super far, you mess up too. See, like this, maybe you could have get closer. Maybe not, right? I'm not saying that if you get closer, you would be able to go for it. I'm just saying that you would be able to do some pressure, right? Because see, challenge happens, you're not going to be ready for this. So now you're forced to defend. It was almost a 2v1 if this guy like tried to commit. I don't know what he did there. You got beat, it's fine. You have a teammate. You are covering the same spot as him right now. So I don't know what is the point here, but see, if you were a bit behind, this would have been a very easy ball. That's very unfortunate here. Not too bad. You take the boost. That's good. Good boost, y'all. Yeah, I mean, it works. I feel like it's a bit greedy. Oh, kind of unfortunate. Bump him. See, I feel like, again, you focused on the ball here. Which was not bad, because you got...
Honest.
You focused on the bump?
Yeah, I focused on the bump there fully. Like, I completely wanted to bump him, but I just missed him. And then I panicked and just wanted to somehow disrupt him in his play.
I thought it was the opposite. Because the thing you want to be careful about when you want to disrupt the play like this. It's a good example. Essentially, here you're cutting into the play, right?
Yeah.
Because by going for this, your teammate, if he's smart, he's not gonna go because he see you there. So it's like, yes, you're gonna go. You might touch the ball, but can you touch the ball like in a good way? Not really, because you're not facing the play, right? If you're here, like this ball becomes very interesting. If you're here, well, you can touch it, but what next, right? Plus you don't touch it even. But see, like how right now you're almost like ball chasing. I mean, you're ball chasing right now. You're in the play. Your teammate cannot go because of that. So now you give them possession. Now he's able to go. So it's gonna be fine in the end. Like the enemies are not gonna be able to take advantage of that. Good pass. Oh, well played. That was very good. So you guys still end up winning this game. But to me, you said that this game was that you felt like you played better than the previous game. To me, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Well, the first game you were very like you were rushing a lot, right? Here you're rushing a bit less, but in defense it's more chaotic. Like whenever you're not on the ball, and even when you're on the ball, it's a bit more chaotic. I don't know if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So in a way, you know, in the first game you felt in control even if you were rushing a lot. Here you don't feel in control. That's how I view it. Oh, well, I mean it works. Okay, I was gonna say like it was very risky. Just have to like rotate fast after. You don't have much boost. See here. Okay, you're gonna take some boost. That's good. Once more, you give the ball here. That was not badly played. You gained some time for your teammate. You are the P1 here. So you saw your teammate spawn. So right now you are the P1. Your goal is to challenge, right? What you can do, sort of challenge that I like to do is sort of like you go, and even if you pop the ball away, you just bump him after, right? Free ball for your teammate. If he just like if he just jumps right and he goes above you, you turn around. You might bump this guy if he's there. If not, you're just gonna like wait for your teammate to do a challenge and then you take the follow up, right? But essentially like here you see your teammate is behind you. He's expecting you to challenge. Right now you are the P1. As a P1, your goal is to challenge. Your P2 is to follow up. Right now it's awkward for him because you're not going, right? So does he go or? See now, you're in an awkward spot. I don't know why I even fly here. You're in an awkward spot, kind of because you put yourself in that spot. And thankfully, the guy that you're against was not good enough to utilize this, right? Because if he was better, he would just like flick it over you. Because you are just a rock in the middle of the field, right? You lost all your momentum. But thankfully, it's not gonna be too bad. What's more here, you didn't see the enemy, so you really need to look for that. Very good demo. Yeah, team didn't have boost, unfortunately. But this was a very good demo. Here you cannot go, that's good. See, your teammate is gonna get it. Nice, take some pass here. Really, so he's gonna save you, that's good. Well, he's not able to. Not bad. You're rooting on the same side of the play. It's not gonna be too bad here. So like, I'm not saying to always avoid that. I'm just like here to say, okay. It's just that if your teammate was there, it could have been a bit awkward. See, this is again rushing you. Like you rushed for something here. Yes, there is this guy. So you could actually like, score, right?
Yeah.
If you took your time, like a very good touch, you beat him. Worst case scenario, you don't score. You do it on the backboard, right? You tap the ball on the backboard. Your teammate turns around and he scores. But here you just slam the ball on the wall, and like it's not like you didn't have resources. It's not like you didn't have time. Actually, maybe it was like just you just wanted to make it fall because it was 0-0. Well, it reached like 0. So yeah, to me like this game was not as great as the first game. Not the first game was good, but I felt like you were more in control in the first game.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what do you think about this game and like the games overall? Well, like, what do you
Um,
take about from this coaching?
it was great. I mean, I can tell that. I see finally things that I can work on. I mean, like, I didn't see shit before that. Like, I constantly tried to review my own replay. It
Yeah.
didn't fucking work. I just saw nothing, like literally nothing. And it all, I mean, like, and then I just like kept playing, try to switch up my playstyle and everything, just to like somehow maybe see what I'm doing wrong while playing.
Yeah.
And I mean, now I see it. It's mainly the rotational mistakes, and I hesitate on things like bumps.
Yeah. So essentially for me, it's really you know, your positioning. Sometimes it's too rushed.
Yeah.
You could try to like do more of how can I say this? Of like a scholar rotations, right? Really, my teammate is going to like to the right, I go to the left, and then I go and go like behind him, right?
Yeah.
And as you will get better, you will be able to know when to cut that, right? If you see, I'm gonna show it to you here. So think of it this way: you have like multiple rotations here, right?
Yeah.
One of the best one, is through like this line of paths because you're able to get a lot of path. You arrive with an angle. If you don't have enough time, you might have to do something like this, right? And just cut directly, right? But you will know, like, if you keep doing this, right? If you do like the wider rotations first, the more like scholar ones, right? So that you arrive with a good angle, etc. You will know when, I don't have time, I have to cut, right? You will know that. For me, I feel like you're doing the second one first, right? Oh, I have to go back. I flip, I flip, I flip, I flip, I flip. I arrive here. Okay, it's fine. There is no threat. Now I have no boost. Now I am awkward. I have to do a turn. What do I do? Right? So I feel like defensively, that's one of the things that happened, right? You try to arrive to like you try to arrive to the defense, but you don't think about how you do that, right? So like yes, you are in your defensive zone, but you don't have any boost, you don't have much momentum, or like if you have momentum, you have to cut it because you have to like do a very sharp turn. You don't have much boost, you're not really positioned properly to take the follow up, right? If you're able to face the ball, that is like the best thing you can do, right? That is why we do rotations, right? Think of it this way: if the enemies are attacking like this, right? We defend on the opposite side because we want to face the play, and we want to rotate on the opposite side because we have boost. We can take some bumps. We can also like take some, it's also like clearer for your teammate because he see you, right? And look at the enemies. The enemies are gonna do the same thing. They're gonna rotate alongside the middle line, right?
Yeah.
So like sometimes you will see that rotations like can be cut, right? It's not when you reach your level and we go above. It's not as like a standard, right? Sometimes yes, you will rotate on the opposite side. Like at some point I told you like you did like this, right? But it was fine because you didn't disturb the play, so it was okay. But you want to still do like the correct things. A couple of times, if you rotate on the throughout the middle, you have been able to get a bump. It would have been easy for your teammate, and so you have like gotten a 2v1 situation, which would have been very good. So that's for your defense. Same thing for the offense, right? You fish doing an action. Look at your teammate. Is he gonna go for that or not? If not, I can try to do something, right? I can try to extend the play by bumping, by just staying around, by disturbing them. If my teammate seems like he has a better angle, I let him. Think of it this way: what is better, having 50 opportunities where you are awkward, or having 10 opportunities where you're facing the play, the ball is like right in front of you and the net, and you have full boost?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously the 10.
Yeah, because you're able to do way more. Sometimes you were rushing. I remember like a situation where like you were here, right? You jumped for this touch, and like it was like, even if you get it, it doesn't help your team at all. Because you touch it, okay, you land here, now you have no boost, now the enemies gets the ball, and now your teammate is in an awkward spot. In fact, just leaving would have been better. So positioning wise, I do think that you have a bit to work on, but you're not too bad, right? Because like, I think you will be able to get that, quite fast. The last thing about positioning though, try to utilize boost, like the pads here. It's so great, right? Look, I want to rotate out. I take this, I take this. And why is it great? Because the line of paths give you possible path for actions. For example, here, if I see my teammate was able to beat him, I can take it like this, and I can go to the middle, like this, right?
Yeah.
If I see that he beats him, but it's not as fast, I can take this pad, this pad, this pad, and then I go back into it. If I see that he's taking very a lot of time, he's like going on the wall, I can take, flip here, take the boost, and then go back to the play. If I see that he was not able to beat the guy, right, instead of going to the middle, I can take this, and see, like, from this pad, I can always go into the play. And the reason why this is actually good is, and you will see, it kind of like ties to your situation.
Yeah.
It's because, well, imagine if the line was on the pads, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're able to, whenever you want to go into the play, see, you're able to have like a very good line of action, which is not a straight line. You always go into the play as a curved line, so you keep your momentum, and you have more actions to do, right? So instead of going like, that's why, like, for example, this is a bit less good. Like, this is better if you have to go fast. It's not as bad though, because you can still like go into the play, but as you can see, you still have to do like a sharper turn. But with that, you don't have to do a sharper turn. So essentially, like, the wider you take, like the wider the more like line of action you can take. But obviously, it's if you have time. For example, big boost on the back, you only take those if you have a good situation, if you have a good advantage, right? You take it, that's why, like, for example, in threes, you will see more big boost grabs here, because usually you have more time. So that's pretty much for your rotations and positioning. For your like your individual actions, you really need to rush less, right?
Yeah.
If you have the time, try to think about how you can beat someone.
Yeah.
That's your goal, right? If you're able to change the 2v2 situation to a 2v1, that's amazing. If you're able to change it to a 1v1, that's also good. Sometimes you also want to do extension outside of your play, which I feel like you're trying to do, right? So essentially stealing boost, bumping. But you don't, but you want to do that without putting yourself out of the play, unless you know, like, it's a good thing. An example, and I think that's pretty much all I have to say after. But example here, so let's say that you attack. Yeah, you just attacked, right? You're gonna rotate through the middle line, right?
Yeah.
So you're able to get a demo here, right? So if you do like some sort of extension here, like this, you might get this guy and then you go back. It's not like, it doesn't push you out of the play. Same thing for like the defensive one. I think I already showed it earlier, right? You can get a lot of demos here when you're going out, like, to the middle to go like to have like a better angle like this, right? So you're able to get a bunch of the demos without risking yourself. You can go for a demo outside of like your play if you have a situation of advantage. For example, 2v1, that makes sense, right? I just go for a demo because I know I gave my ball, like my teammate, a free ball, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what you need to do demo wise, right? Try to find them as you go, but don't overextend, because I do feel like whenever you have the ball, you rush a lot. So for that, it's really simple. Just take your time, especially if you have the time, right? Look at where the enemies are, because they like, it's gonna be the key on what you do. Best example I can give you: you go on the wall. Do you do a flip reset or a ball or a double tap? Which one would you do if you were like had the ball like this and you would go like on the wall?
A flip reset, to be honest.
Wrong.
Wrong?
It depends on the guy. If the backboard is empty, like, it might be a good idea to do a double tap. You can also do a flip reset, right? But what I want to show you is like you do your actions depending on the enemies, right? It's like the first replay we saw. You went for an edge ball when the guy was actually kind of far, right? So you could have even if you went for an edge ball, right? You could have like extended the bounce, right? Make it bounce once more, and then you go to beat him. But that's what I meant. Like, you do a flip reset when you want to beat someone that is already ready. Like, you want to drag someone out. If the backboard is empty, we can do a double tap. If the the enemy is like already placed, a shot might not be a good option, right? We want to drag him out. We want to outplay him. But if he's not properly placed, we can outspeed him, right? We want to outspeed whenever like we can, and like if they are already in place, we need to outplay them, right? With something. So like your actions that you do depends on the enemies and also your teammates, right? If you cannot make a pass without your teammate being there, and I do feel like sometimes you just have the ball and you just do whatever you want. It's like, oh, I am in free play now. It doesn't work like that, right? And same thing for like for when you're not on the ball, try to look at your like teammates. Right? Is he gonna go? Is he not? What is my role? Should I go behind him, or should I like keep extending? If I wanted to go for a bump, is it a good idea, right? Do I bump to help my teammate? But would I help my teammate more if I went behind, right?
Yeah.
And as you will go, you will see, like, it will become more clear. So I think like it's good that you have like a couple of mistakes that you can work on. Just take one at first and try to focus on it when you go into a game. And obviously, like when you do if you review your replays, you will now be able to see that from that lens, right? So you could like go
Yeah,
into a
yeah,
replay
yeah.
and see, are my rotations good? Am I taking pads in the middle, or I just go for the big boost always? And so I do hope that this coaching was helpful for that.
Yeah, oh my god, it was. Yeah. I mean, I was constantly taking notes on the side.
Perfect. Oh, okay, that's perfect.
So, I mean, like, I've written down rotate outside, commit to bombs faster, look more onto the opponent, how to beat.
Hmm.
Rotations have to, like, be outside and more effective. Yeah. I wrote it in German. I'm translating currently.
Oh, that's perfect. I mean,
Um, yeah, to leave the play when I'm like useless in it.
yeah.
And then I just wrote down pets, pets, pets.
Well, it's not
Oh,
like it's not like you were often out of boost. Because the thing is,
yeah,
like pads, you will always have to work on it, right? Even
yeah.
at the high levels, you need more boost, so you need more pads. But I feel like you don't take any, right?
Mm,
So
yeah,
at this start, right? Start looking at the pads, like learn them. You can go in free play and just like see the pads where they are and try to like move around the field while taking them. That's a good practice actually, right?
yeah.
You remove unlimited boost and you just like drive around, try to flip towards it. Also be careful with your flips. I didn't mention it, but sometimes you flip, like your flips commits you to the
Yeah,
direction.
yeah.
So you could like stay
I've,
closer to the play or like take a couple of passes and stay closer, but because you flip away, now you have to go back to the play, so you boost a lot more, and then you're awkward. But
yeah, yeah. All right. So also flip less, right? Or
yeah,
flip with intention
yeah, that's
more.
perfect, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's fine to flip if you have an intention to go there, and you know that you will
yeah.
go there, whatever happens, I need to go there. Otherwise,
All right.
be a bit skeptical.